It was a quiet village, surrounded by dense forests and endless fields. In the heart of the village stood an ancient tree, massive and eerie, its dark branches stretching out like twisted arms. The villagers called it Shopet Darakt, the cursed tree. No one dared to go near it after sunset. Stories of people disappearing beneath its shadow had been passed down for generations. Some said they heard whispers when they walked past it. Others claimed they saw figures lurking in its shade, moving unnaturally, their hollow eyes staring from the darkness. Rizwan was new to the village. He was a young man, logical and fearless. He had come to live with his uncle, who warned him. On the very first day, never go near that tree after dark. Rizwan laughed. "It's just a tree, uncle. These are just superstitions." His uncle's expression darkened. Superstition or not, people have vanished. The ones who return, they are never the same. Rizwan found the stories amusing. A tree taking people away, it sounded ridiculous. But the fear in the villagers' eyes was real. Even the bravest avoided walking past it when night fell. One evening, Rizwan was coming back from a nearby town. His bicycle's chain broke just outside the village right, near the cursed tree. The sun had set, and darkness crept over the land. The tree stood still, but its shadow stretched unnaturally, as if reaching for him. A strange chill filled the air. The leaves rustled, though there was no wind. Rizwan felt something behind him. Turning quickly, he saw nothing, just the tree, its thick roots gripping the earth like giant claws. He shook his head. It's just a tree. He decided to fix his bicycle quickly and leave. But as he bent down, he heard a whisper, "Rizwan." ... His blood froze. He turned sharply. No one was there. His heartbeat quickened. He dismissed it as his imagination. Then he saw them footprints in the soft soil, leading from the tree towards him, but there was no one to make them. The whisper returned, closer this time. "Rizwan, come closer." He felt a pull, a force urging him forward. His legs refused to move, but his mind screamed to run. He grabbed his bicycle and stumbled backward. The tree's shadows seemed to grow, inching towards him. A cold hand brushed against his shoulder. He spun around, but there was nothing. Panic surged through him. He ran, abandoning his bicycle. The whispers followed, turning into soft laughter. A child's laughter. Reaching home, he slammed the door shut, gasping for breath. His uncle saw. His pale face, Rizwan hesitated, then nodded. His uncle sighed. "They know your name now." That night, Rizwan couldn't sleep. Shadows moved unnaturally in the corners of his room. The whispers never stopped. He covered his ears, but they grew louder. The next morning, he went to the village elder. The old man listened in silence, then spoke in a grave tone. "The tree is cursed. Long ago, a man was buried alive beneath it. His soul lingers, seeking company. Once it calls your name, it never lets go." Rizwan refused to believe it. He was determined to prove it was all in his mind. That evening, he returned to the tree. This time, with a flashlight, he walked around it, touching its rough bark. "Not afraid of you." A gust of wind blew out his flashlight. Darkness swallowed him. He felt movement behind him. A hand touched his back. He turned, but before he could react, something pulled him, dragging him into the shadow of the tree. By morning, the villagers found his bicycle lying near the tree. But Rizwan was gone. Days passed. Then, one night, a young boy in the village heard a whisper, "Come closer," and the cycle continued.